Picture this: 1872 San Francisco, gripped by gold rush dreams. Now imagine two farmers, not striking gold but planting diamonds. Their audacious scheme? To fool an entire city with a fake diamond mine. Get ready to uncover the dazzling deception of the Great Diamond Hoax. Want to know how they did it? Subscribe to see all the facets. Meet Philip Arnold and John Slack. Outwardly, just two simple farmers. They seemed ordinary, but rumors hinted at shrewdness beneath the surface. Perhaps motivated by gold rush envy, they dreamt of sudden wealth. Their plan was surprisingly simple, yet incredibly audacious: fake a diamond mine. They would acquire cheap, uncut gems, diamonds, and rubies of low quality. To the untrained eye, these would appear genuine and valuable. Then, they needed the perfect, inconspicuous location for their deception. They sought a remote, seemingly barren plot of land, worthless to anyone else. This desolate landscape would become the stage for their grand illusion. Here they would discover their planted treasure, sparking a citywide frenzy. Their motivation was clear: to tap into San Francisco's insatiable hunger for riches. By manufacturing a diamond discovery, they aimed to create a gold rush, but for gems. Their scheme was set: unassuming men, a worthless plot, and a fistful of fake riches. All that was left was to convince the world their illusion was real. To sell their audacious lie, Arnold and Slack needed to hook San Francisco's elite. Their approach wasn't aggressive salesmanship, but subtle whispers and calculated exclusivity. They cultivated an air of secrecy, hinting at a phenomenal discovery too precious for open knowledge. Rumors began circulating amongst the city's wealthiest circles: a diamond find of unparalleled scale. Crucially, access to the supposed diamond field was strictly limited, fueling intense curiosity. Potential investors, carefully vetted, received invitations for private site visits. These visits were meticulously staged, transforming the barren landscape into a treasure trove. Beforehand, Arnold and Slack salted the ground, scattering their purchased gems strategically. As the affluent San Franciscans arrived, the farmers would discover the sparkling bounty. Diamonds and rubies, glinting under the Californian sun, seemed to confirm the incredible rumors. This was 1872, and the ghost of the gold rush still haunted the city's dreams. Fortunes had been made in moments, and the yearning for instant wealth was deeply ingrained. Arnold and Slack masterfully exploited this lingering gold fever, offering a new, glittering prize. They requested relatively modest initial investments, framing it as an exclusive early entry. The promised returns were astronomical: a share in a diamond field set to dwarf all others. The secrecy, the controlled access, the dazzling discoveries, it was a potent combination. San Francisco's elite, blinded by the prospect of easy riches and the spirit of speculative booms, eagerly invested. The carefully crafted diamond dream, so tantalizing and seemingly within reach, took firm hold. Arnold and Slack's deception was brilliantly effective, reeling in their first wave of wealthy believers. To solidify their con, Arnold and Slack needed more than just investor enthusiasm. They needed credibility, the stamp of approval from respected authorities. Enter men like Henry Janin, a renowned gemologist, and Clarence King, a celebrated mining engineer. These were not easily fooled men. They were experts in their fields. Prudent investors, even amidst diamond fever, sought independent validation. They hired Janin and King to assess the diamond field's legitimacy and value. However, these experts operated under significant pressure and time constraints. Arnold and Slack controlled access, allowing only brief supervised examinations. The investors, eager for good news, likely pushed for swift positive reports. Under these conditions, Janin and King arrived at the diamond field. What they saw initially was undeniably impressive. Diamonds and rubies scattered across the surface. The sheer quantity of gems seemed to confirm the incredible claims. Based on these superficial examinations, their initial reports were positive. They validated the presence of diamonds, seemingly confirming a major discovery. However, their methodology contained a critical flaw. They focused on quantity, not context. They assessed the gems themselves, but not the geological setting with sufficient rigor. The experts didn't have the time, or perhaps the inclination, for deeper geological inquiry. This reliance on surface-level findings played directly into Arnold and Slack's deception. The experts, in their initial assessments, unwittingly legitimized the elaborate hoax. Initial expert endorsements bought Arnold and Slack time, but cracks soon appeared in their facade. Geologists began to question the diamond field's geological plausibility. Diamonds simply don't naturally occur scattered loosely on the surface. Clarence King, initially convinced, started to harbor serious doubts. He returned for a second, far more rigorous and skeptical examination. This time, King wasn't just observing the glittering gems. He meticulously examined the surrounding earth, the geological context itself. And inconsistencies, glaring and undeniable, began to surface rapidly. He found numerous gems simply lying loose, unattached to any natural rock matrix. Crucially, the geological formation lacked any volcanic pipe, the typical source of diamonds. Then came the smoking gun. King unearthed uncut, unpolished diamonds. These were clearly purchased stones, not naturally extracted gems. The devastating truth hit King with full force. It was an elaborate, audacious fraud. The news broke like thunder, shattering the San Francisco diamond dream and exposing Arnold and Slack's deceit. The unmasking of the Great Diamond Hoax sent shockwaves through San Francisco and beyond. Surprisingly, Arnold and Slack faced minimal legal repercussions for their elaborate fraud. They had cleverly structured their scheme, making direct prosecution difficult. Financially, they had already profited handsomely before the truth emerged. Investors, on the other hand, faced substantial financial losses, their diamond dreams shattered. Beyond money, their reputations took a hit. They had been publicly duped. Even the respected gem experts, Janin and King, suffered reputational damage. Though ultimately it was King who exposed the fraud, their initial endorsements were now tainted. The hoax eroded public trust, not only in get-rich-quick schemes, but also in experts' opinion. People became more skeptical, questioning even seemingly credible pronouncements. The Great Diamond Hoax serves as a potent cautionary tale to this day. It highlights the dangers of unchecked greed and the seductive allure of easy wealth. It reminds us that even the most dazzling promises should be examined with critical eyes. And ultimately, that true riches are rarely found through shortcuts or manufactured illusions. So, two farmers, some fake diamonds, and a city chasing riches. The Great Diamond Hoax reveals timeless truths about human nature. It reminds us to question, to verify, and to think critically. Because the glittering promise of easy wealth can blind even the sharpest eyes. Hope you enjoyed uncovering the Diamond Hoax tale. If you did, like and comment. What fooled you most? For more stories that aren't scams, subscribe. Have a great day.